What's going on, good people? It's your girl, Dr. Brown, baby, and the one and only.
What's happening, folks? It is the Mister straight out of the South Side of ATL, the outcast of podcast himself. What goes on, good people? Doc, what's happening?
Hey, how's it going? How are you? How are you this wonderful, what is it, July 2nd on this wonderful holiday weekend?
Yes, I am fantastically well. Absolutely enjoying this sweltering Georgia heat. It is back to normal. When I say normal, I mean 96 degrees with storm clouds around the corner, and you don't know what's going to happen in the next 10 minutes.
No, you do not. Yeah, that's that summer heat we know and love.
You
I would
gotta love
it there because the spring was the spring for so long. It's like it didn't want to ever break, but I knew when the summer came, it was gonna hit, and it's hit.
Listen, doctor, let me ask you something since you're an environmentalist. Something I was thinking about the other day, right? When I was a kid in the summer in Georgia, I distinctly remember bugs called June bugs, right? These were green beetles. You only saw them in the summer. They're big as shit, but you don't see them no more. What happened to June bugs, and why don't I see June bugs in the summer anymore?
So there's a couple layers to this. One, I don't remember this bug. Is it is it like a giant, like it's like a Hercules beetle, and it's like yellow? And
it's like like the brown beetles you see outside. It would be slightly bigger than that, but it was green, and it was like had like shiny green and brownish wings.
I've seen those, but I feel like I've seen those. One, but two, temperature aside, environmental changes aside, change to amounts of water. Again, temperature changes to air, chemicals, whatever those things could be, all could have an effect on June bugs. Even taking out one particular predator. So let's say it was a heavy year. They really used this particular pesticide to take out this one particular pest. Well, maybe that pest is the one that either ate June bugs or like vice versa, right? Like maybe something's eating more June bugs than it normally would. There could be a lot of reasons for it.
All right, that's just weird. And I know you do eco and stuff, and I figure that'd be your lane, and you'd be the perfect person to ask why I don't see bird bugs from like back in the day anymore. This is one of those things.
It's from 1985.
Whatever. 85. Thank you. So getting into it, it's been a remarkable week. The Supreme Court wrapped up its session for the year, and it was a doozy to say the least. Yeah. The Supreme Court has decided that they will no longer allow race be considered when applying to higher institutions of learning. They also decided that you can, on religious reasons, discriminate against LGBTQ folks. And this comes a year after they reversed Roe versus Wade. And I ask you, what the hell is going on? Well, we know what's going on, but I ask you first how you feel.
Well, but here's the thing, though. Yes, you can pick out those particular decisions that we don't like, that do roll things back, that are ridiculous and take away rights for some. But there have also been some rulings, I think, in the week before that were surprising and positive, right? I mean, there's something around, I think, some gerrymandering. Yeah, that was rejected. I mean, so my question I'll pose back to you is, there's no question that we have a stacked court, right? That's definitely on the conservative side. But can you really cherry pick the answers if not all of them are bad? Are they really as conservative as we thought they would be? What do you think?
I think that sometimes when you inherit such power, as in the supermajority of the Supreme Court, you recognize that we can push things very far. However, we probably don't need to be completely oblivious to the law. And I think in rulings like the ones with the state laws, basically where they said that states aren't free to just say the Georgia legislators decided that Donald Trump won the election, even though the people voted for Joe Biden. Supreme Court said, no, that shit's not going to happen. And they could have very well went along with the plan because we know that that's the new plan going forward. That the Republicans were going to try to use the state legislatures to basically allot electoral college points based off of who runs the state legislature, not necessarily who won the election. And these are things that the Republican Party is doing because they know that not democratics, but demographics and population are shifting so far away from who they are that the only way they can impact legislature is to rig it, which is funny because that's all Donald Trump spent the last 8 years talking about was rigged elections. But
Right.
in truth, that is truthfully what they're trying to do. They
It
know
is.
they can't win popular votes anymore. Technically, we probably should never have seen a white male Republican president for the rest of our lives, just based off demographics alone.
Right. Exactly.
Just based off demographics alone. And they know this. So they're going to try to push and pull on the law everywhere they can to try to overturn the election. So you're absolutely right. It is difficult to pick and choose which judgments we're going to be outraged by. But
Right.
my God, it's also just hard to watch for the first time in our lifetimes. The Supreme Court is actually pulling rights away from folks. And it's not even hidden who they're pulling rights away from. And if you don't know, if you're not a heterosexual white Christian, then they really don't give a fuck.
Well, but here's the thing, though. If you go and you look at the court case regarding this particular website company that said that they wanted to be able to refuse gay customers. Well, for one, apparently that company actually never had a gay couple request a website from them. It was all based on like something that could have happened, something that not actually happened, and it was as if they just wanted to be able to say no if that opportunity ever presented itself. And as a matter of fact, I believe this company actually hadn't created any websites yet. So like this whole Supreme Court case was based on things that actually did not exist and had not actually happened yet. It was all predicated on it happening at some point, which is a whole nother layer of scary, if you ask me.
Right, because I'm hearing that may be grounds to have their ruling overthrown because this is a hypothetical and this didn't actually happen.
Oh, I didn't read that.
It happened. They can't rule on something that, like you just said, is a hypothetical that was made to be something that never was.
Right.
But that also goes back to how in conservative politics they put kids in law school, the Heritage Foundation. The kids in law school join the Heritage Foundation, and these folks train them basically to chip away at the law to push for conservative ideology points.
Right.
So these kids come out of college with the mindset of how can I basically overthrow the government? And if you don't believe me, that's how we get John Eastman. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't. What's up?
Which one's John Eastman?
He's the one that wrote up the blueprint for the Green Bay sweep, the Donald Trump plan to overthrow the government with the fake elections and all that.
Got
right.
It. Okay.
But again, this goes back to the conservative law philosophy. This is how they do in law school. They are taught, they are groomed. This is how Amy Coney Barrett got where she is. They are taught to you chip away at the law. You can't change it. We don't have the population numbers to change it. We're trying our best to be authoritarian with Donald Trump. You don't believe me? Just look at the facts. Because if he gets back in the steering wheel, it's a wrap. The democracy is done. You know what I mean? We can pretend all we want to, but those are facts. But the point is that from law school, these people are trained to chip away at the law and find ways to create these lawsuits, to get these lawsuits scheduled in front of conservative judges that are going to push their conservative ideology to another conservative layer of the judgment. And now that they have that guaranteed 6-3 majority on the Supreme Court, that's their end goal. All the Roe versus Wade cases that were to overthrow those were done the second Coney Barrett was accepted into the Supreme Court. Those cases were drawn, they'd been drawn up years ago. But when they had
everything.
Exactly. Once they had, and they've been testing these cases forever. And to me, that also goes, like I said, that goes back to John Eastman, and it goes back to the whole insurrection and this. We've been in a cold civil war for a long time. When these people are taught from law school that we're just going to chip away at the law and just break it any kind of way we can to our favor, we're going to gerrymander fucking states to the point where every other white house in the neighborhood is in a Republican district, and all the black houses in the whole fucking rest of the city are in liberal districts. In Alabama, they put the 2 black cities in the state in one conservative, in one
Wow.
Democratic district, and literally the entire rest of the state is split up in 7 different congressional districts. Like, this is what they do, man. We at war. Folks got to wake up.
True.
And it's like, look, the Supreme Court ain't on your side no more. And Joe, unfortunately, scared to expand that.
He's scared to do a lot of things, and Congress are scared to do a lot of things. In addition to,
let's Senate maybe, but those fucking crazy ass Republicans aren't scared to do a damn thing, including expunging Donald Trump's impeachment.
No, what they are afraid to do is to do anything about the number of guns in this country.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I'll tell you, when I saw this last mass shooting headline, I scrolled. I'm desensitized. I'm just telling the truth. No one is going to do anything. I don't even know why they report on it anymore.
I agree. You know what? And I felt that way, honestly, since Sandy Hook. Man, when those little white kids were killed and nothing happened, hey, I said, look, if they're fine with watching kindergartners die, they don't give a fuck.
Right.
Nothing's going to move those people.
Right.
The only thing that will move them is if somebody busted into the Capitol when they were trying to change laws and tried to kill them. But you know what? That shit even happened. And
even that. Even that. And that woman became a martyr. So, nah.
Look, my man told them to take the magnetometers down and let my people in the Capitol. Those are my people. They're not there to hurt me. The fuck are we doing? Man? These people don't care. What was it? 28 people injured, 2 people dead at a damn block party in Baltimore. Like you said, it's mass shooting after mass shooting. All right, so it was only 2 people that died, but it was 28 people shot. My point is,
how are 28 shot?
Exactly. Why is any civilian capable to own weaponry that can injure that many people in such a small amount of time? Yeah. Exactly. It's not. It's inexcusable. Society is not responsible enough to handle weapons of war because we can't seem to keep them out of the hands of people that are going to have actual. That are going to have actual insurrections or actual mass shootings and try to kill everybody in the library, everybody in the state college, everybody at the roller skate center, everybody at the pool. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Like, you can't keep guns away from them because we got 3 guns to every person in this country.
Right. Guns for all, guns for you, guns for me. Let's criminalize guns, but make it so you don't have to carry a license.
Look, you knew we were in trouble when the response to school shootings was give the teachers guns.
I told you, just like the answer to all the plastic bags is more plastic bags. No,
right?
That is not the fucking answer.
I'm like, and that kind of rolls into the case of the cop, the resource cop in Florida. I forget which school shooting it was where he didn't respond. He bitched out.
He get off, didn't he? How did he get off?
Well, here's my thing, and it's my whole principle behind giving teachers guns. Everybody's not a killer, so you can't expect everybody to be a killer, and can't nobody. You can say how you gonna respond to a situation until you put in it, and then it's a whole nother ball game. Right. And unfortunately for that cop, he froze. It happens. We watch professional athletes freeze all the time. I can only imagine if it's a motherfucker with an AR-15 popping shots with no intent on leaving that situation alive. I got a family. I want to go home. Right. So I have some hesitancy about walking in that life or death situation.
Right.
I'm not absolving fault because, again, that is his job and he was there protecting kids. But I don't think we should, put the man in jail because he pitched up. I mean, that should happen.
So you're saying you agree with him being let off then? You're saying that he did not have negative intent. He just froze up because of the fucked up situation.
Right. Pretty much. The bullets came from that way and he went that way. I mean, it's fucked up. But sometimes fight or flight kicks in, and all the training in the world ain't enough for me to risk my life for these badass kids who call me RoboCop and throw their milk at my ass. Because let's be real,
Oh,
we
no.
wasn't very nice to the resource officer in my school. We literally called his ass RoboCop because he had an artificial leg and he moved slow as molasses. So I bet if some shit popped off in Riverdale back in the day, RoboCop wasn't going to risk his life for our bad black asses because we
Wait,
was talking about ass every time we got a chance.
you threw your milk at him?
I didn't. I'm just saying, RoboCop had a hard time in school. That's all.
You threw your milk at RoboCop? You
I did
did.
not.
You
I
did.
didn't. I didn't skip school, so I didn't have to do shit like that. I was in class.
Whatever. Okay.
But yeah, the long story is the long and short of this story is it's unimaginable how irresponsible our lawmakers are in literally just allowing this to continue to happen time and again. And there's no escape from it at all.
No.
I
I'm
mean,
always
bro,
nervous when shit's always happening. Whenever it's a group of people, I'm always nervous. If somebody's going to get shot, somebody's going to start shooting, somebody's going to start fighting. And I'm sure that, people across the country feel the same way. Or if they don't, real soon.
Because you know what? Because it's going to affect you eventually. I don't know if you saw the police footage of the cop from the Texas mass shooting earlier this year at the shopping mall.
Yeah.
I'll send it to you if you haven't seen it. That shit's intense, man. That's intense, man. It's because it's like you thinking, man, all you hear is just these loud shots echoing. And this is one cop. He just happened to be in the parking lot talking to this lady and her two kids, and he hears shots and he starts running to it. And the closer you get, the louder them shots get. And he realizes he's there by himself. And it's like them gunshots keep popping off, and he know every time a shot's going off, somebody's probably getting killed. And he's running, and the shots are getting louder. And it's like, it's just a lot. You can talk about people all you want. It's just a lot to ask anybody to walk into that situation and do the right thing.
Well, they're asking us to do it and to be vulnerable to it.
We don't even have a choice.
We honestly don't think they should either, or somebody needs to do something. And so we're back to square one.
but I guess you can just say only in America, right? Because it is a distinctly American problem. Speaking of America, welcome to the 4th of July weekend. And not just that, it is also your birthday weekend. Shout out. Talk to the people. What's on your agenda for your birthday weekend?
Yes. So what's on the agenda for my birthday weekend is basically rest and turn up. Both of those things can go together at the same time. I am looking to just pause for a second. It's been very busy. So I want to be able to gather myself, do stuff around the house, just do nothing, which is I've been only doing a bunch of stuff recently. And so then finding places to hang out, have a good time, meet people, have some beverages, dance to good music, be out with the people, enjoy the weather. It's finally summertime. So
that sounded like last night at my house.
Which definitely got to kick off the awesome weekend with some awesome karaoke and drinks and accoutrement. So I appreciate the good time. Man.
Listen, folks, y'all missed it. Your boy grabbed the mic, did a little outcast for the people because I have to do a lot of outcast for the people.
Oh, don't worry about that. Time. You didn't miss anything. I got it on video. It will be posted. Short, and all.
But look, that's how we do for the birthday, man. We're going to party, man. We get good food, good drinks, good people. I mean, our country ain't the best country in the world, but damn it, it's the only one we got. So I respect it. Hey, look, and even now, hell, we had our holiday a couple weeks ago. So that makes it even better. Yeah. All my black folks used to be like, well, we wasn't free on July the 4th. We weren't. We got free for June the 19th, and that's a fucking holiday now. So now you can celebrate both without guilt and shut the fuck up on that old militant shit. It's all right sometimes.
It's okay. I will be celebrating all the celebrations of all the independences. I will be. Yeah,
absolutely, because we have our independence. Because I know if the day comes, we are independently free to leave this motherfucker and go live somewhere else that appreciates our black asses and our money.
So damn right.
Joy to the damn world. Even if that orange time to get back in office, we have at least 3 months advance notice to get our black asses the fuck out of town. And you believe me, I will do it. I already got my locks. I go to Jamaica and fit right in.
Did you say joy to the world? I think you did. Okay.
So look, dog, we run up toward the end. You got anything for the good folks before we get out of here?
Oh man, get you some sunshine and some alcohol in your life. Have a great weekend, y'all.
Absolutely, man. Do what's best for you. Feel good and do what makes you feel great, folks.
Yes.
To that end, we are out this thing. Y'all have a great one. Peace.